So the last time I did one of these videos, I battled against Miyoki. And this one is obviously Gypsy Luna. There are a couple of names when I go to the leaderboards that I definitely know, because I see them all the time. It's usually a constant rotation of the same people. Fei Fan Fang has been obviously the #1 person for a very long time. Agoni is another person that I see all the time. Alma's is another good one. Taiwan #1 is another good one. Manti, obviously, because he's a content creator. Old Clash, Aleppo, obviously. And this is all to say that if I were to see any of these people in battle, Mike Olin is another, like, OG, like, he's been playing this game forever. If I were to see any of these people in battle, and I was going up against them, I'd just be like, I'm not winning this. This is a realm of play that I do not exist in. Piers is another one, but in here is Gypsy Luna. And Gypsy Luna has been in this game for as long as I remember, even paying attention to leaderboards. And today we had a modifier that was that we've already finished. My clan already finished tournament. We got second, which is pretty good. But I lost both of my battles, and my second one was this Mabruz. I was not going to do well in this tournament anyway. It was no crit day, and like I wanted to use Spirit Master, and a lot of Spirit Master's power is through crit. But I played this against Gypsy Luna. And before I go into this battle, because as soon as this battle starts, it gets crazy immediately. I'm doing this video to express to you that if you are, in case you are unaware, with me talking about how Robot and Minotaur have now become regular legendary units, and they are no longer event units, and I keep saying that they are redundant, they don't need to exist as event units, because Sea Dog is the toxic deck. If you want to run toxic, I'm sorry, whoever, Jack Attack, you just happened to catch me while I was streaming. Hopefully you will watch this video and be like, that was me. The reason why I keep saying that it's fine that those legendaries go, those event legendaries go to regular legendary, because Sea Dog is the best legendary in terms of toxic decks. This is the toxic deck that I'm talking about, and this is the toxic deck that I am specifically saying that if you were to level all of this up to 15, specifically 15, because if you had all of these cards at 14, it would not be this good of a deck. This is a rare case where getting the 15 talent on pretty much all of these cards makes this deck usable. And if you had this entire deck, but at 14, it would be significantly worse. That's including the Necromancer. The key part of the Necromancer in terms of toxic is the 15 talent. This one. It basically shamans your opponent. And you have a 25% chance to, when you use your ability, to shaman your opponent. When you have this at 20, obviously you have a second wind, and you could double shaman people. And so, not only is the obvious Daze Necromancer, like the regular activation good, but you're specifically using it in a toxic deck for the 15 ability, and then when you get it to 20, you have chances of doing double, you start doubling up on it. With Sea Dog, most people play Pirate Captain, specifically because this is your damage dealer, and they've nerfed Cursed Treasure so much that it's at the point where you just need to do more damage so that you can last a little bit longer into the rounds. Cursed Amulet is also the other damage thing that will help your damage out, so obviously getting this to 15 is good. Most people run Deep Dwellers. She was using Goddess Shovel, which is fine, but if you use Deep Dweller in conjunction with Ice Walk, which is the Frost talent, you can also do that as a combo piece, and that's what I feel like that's what most people run. But then obviously Explosive Surprises is the thing to run as well, because then you're also shamaning them specifically in that way. The deck doesn't run Shaman because they've nerfed Shaman to the point where it has the ability to not hit units. And so Explosive Surprises will always hit units, and then Witch will obviously also always hit units. She runs left, left, right, which is the obvious sect. It's Cruel Joke, Polymorph. Whenever you go into because it's a merge deck, and so essentially it is the same kind of playstyle as a robot deck, but all of your merges do so much more. Because in this, when you're running Polymorph, and you're accidentally drawing into level 3 or more what's called witches, you can polymorph and then hope that they become a frost, which I will get to in a second. Obviously, you're using Circle of Curses, and the reason why you want to level this all the way up to 15 is because then Cruel Joke starts to heal for more. It's for the maximum. Again, the level 14, if you had a level 14 Harlequin, it doesn't really work in this deck. It's fine because it is a Harlequin, but the specific reason why it's good is copy and paste. When you accidentally merge into those awkward level 4, level 5 Harlequins, you can now copy down a level 1 and transfer your Harlequin into a level 1, and then you can keep recycling through that again. It's basically the best talent for a toxic deck. And then Frost is your bread and butter thing. They're running Icy Breath, Cold Blood, Ice Walk, and Frost King. Frost King is the main reason to run a Frost. Having it at level 15 to get Frost King so that you start freezing down your opponent's units as a passive is insane. But not only that, the Icy Breath is allowing your opponent to stop gaining mana. They're running Cold Blood, so when you combine out a Mark of Ice, Icy Breath, or a Mark of Ice Frost, you are also freezing their mana for longer. And then with Ice Walk, if your opponent is running Trappers, which most decks have, it is speeding up all of their monster, or it's erasing all of their traps on the field. And then Ice Walk also speeds up their monsters. So in conjunction with most people run Wrath of the Ancestors to give your opponent fast monsters. Then you run Deep Dwellers off of the Sea Dog to give your opponent big monsters, and then you can combine that with Ice Walk so that they're speedy, fast, big, more monsters. And then it's running obviously Curse of the Spirit, which allows you to give your opponent a higher cost, but with Cold Blood, they're getting, but with Icy Breath, they're getting less mana. It is horrific. It is horrific how much synergy this deck has. But it's all of those talents combined together to give me this gameplay, this glorious, glorious gameplay. And actually, only because I don't remember if I turned on my, my sound, I mean, it's possible I did, but just in case, I've done a very long... Okay, my sound is on. Every so often, I do videos, and my sound is off, and then I don't realize it until later. And I just did an entire explanation that would just make me mad if I had to do the entire explanation again. But with all that being said, I'll let you just enjoy this battle. I definitely lose. I had no chance here, but I would like to say that I did try. This was not me not trying. I did try. And, yeah, it's, all of you that are scared of the robot shaman deck, and you think that that's the worst of the toxic decks, just you wait. Just you wait. Oh, I guess I should probably point that out as well. And they also have counter spells. Counter spells also stun your opponent's monsters. Yay! Yay! This deck is so silly. Right now he has the level 5 Witch. If that becomes a Frost, they can merge out the other Frost, and then all of a sudden they have the ability to freeze 2 things every single, or maybe 3 things. I think it's 3 things every single passive as a passive ability. So that is the hope right now. Because at that point, all you'd have to do is just merge out the other Frosts until that becomes a Frost. Or until that becomes the Frost King. It became a level 5 Harlequin, which is still fine, because then they can still use it on literally anything on their field and merge it down. Getting the level 3 Frost King means that they can shoot 2 Frosts at me as a passive. But even just the 1 is almost good enough. I don't know if they're ever going to make Witch not auto-target. Like they have with everything else, like a Pocket Curse and like Shaman. But that's the specific reason why people use Witch as opposed to Shaman. And unlike Robot, Sea Dog has the ability to just do massive amounts of damage just on its own, just as a merge unit. The Explosive Surprises is a better toxic ability than the stun ability from Robot, because the stun ability doesn't technically do anything. The Explosive Surprises will merge down a unit. It has better attack. When it was an event unit, you were getting it the exact same way, so it cost the same. And so there was no reason to invest in the Robot when Sea Dog existed. But again, this entire deck, it all works together. It's all like all of the abilities working together at the same time is what makes this a good deck. And it has to be at level 15 to get all of the abilities and to be the best version of the deck. I just have no chance. This is like no crit day as well, so I'm basically doing just no damage. And so even though I'm trying to Spirit Master my field and then use the mana power up to cleanse my field, it's not working anyway. Between my mana being frozen, the outside being locked down, the Witch tile on the inside was a huge hit to me. I just didn't know how to set up. Like, there was just so many things happening. I was like, I'm not winning this. Like, they're just hitting you at like so many different angles. From your summon cost becoming more. Right now, my mana's frozen out, which is really bad for a Spirit Master deck. I was using Mari's ability when I was frozen, so I wasn't even getting mana off of that sometimes. There's just so many things happening, and like, I was like, I can't even beat like this. It's like a virus and a Dark Priest, and I can't even like attack my way out of this because I have no mana. pretty good deck. It's pretty good.